action, we will get the Meadows Memorial underway tonight with 20 laps here at Xtremes as Brian Hatch will escape down in a 1 and 2 with the race lead. Although already a battle going on just behind them for second. Wolford wants second, now he wants first already here on the opening lap. So looking for 2 positions to start off this race, and he's going to have it at least at the stripe, lap 1 of 20. Give it to the number 50 of Bradley Wolford. It didn't take long for him to take the race lead there. As Wolford moves into the top spot, Hatch will fall back into second. Lawrence in third, and Danielle Barber makes the top 4, single filed out here so far on lap number 2. But off of turn number 2, that gap staying relatively stable. As we go down to 3 and 4, Hatch you can see running a little bit higher there at that end of the racetrack, having the car a little bit further in than what Wolford was doing. Wolford will get the run off the corner as a result of that. So now call it about 2, maybe 3 or so car lengths as it stretches out this time on the back straightaway. Again, that 50 car undefeated so far in extreme competition at this racetrack. And looking to set his sights on yet another trip to East Speedway victory lane tonight. So Wolford cleared for first, and this battle for second starting to brew a little bit off of the second corner. The 02 Brian Hatch, the number 66 Jonathan Lawrence, and each have visited the podium each time they've been out here. That's Jonathan Lawrence and that number 66. As they'll come around this time, 19.945 was the lap time just put up by that car number 50 of Bradley Wolford. He makes up the top spot. So nearly about 20 seconds is what these cars will be turning around this famous 4/10 mile. Although that last time, 02 Brian Hatch, just a little quicker than what your race leader was running. See if that trend continues on this lap. Wolford running a little lower, 02 and 66 swinging out a little wider off of the corner. And indeed, that last lap, once again, fastest lap of the race so far for that number 66 was just put down on that lap. You can see that gap starting to shrink for second as Lawrence going to dive it down to the bottom, try to build up a run off of 3 and 4, and indeed he is down on the inside of that number 02 heading down to turn number 1. Wolford seeing exactly what he wants to see in his rearview mirror. Lawrence dives it in once again, nearly touching off of the 4th corner. They'll go side by side and give it to Jonathan Lawrence by just a hair at the stripe. So Lawrence into the 2nd position. Now he has it clear off of turn 2. Does Hatch try a crossover? It looks like he was trying to turn that car down and build it up, but was not able to keep the throttle down there off the 2nd corner. So a change for the 2nd position. Number 66, Jonathan Lawrence, gets it done cleanly by the 02 of Brian Hatch. As cross flags in the air, will be halfway done. We are halfway done, 10 laps into this 20-lap feature. Again, Champ Karts will be up next for 20 laps, followed by 75 in limited late models, $2,500 to win. So Wolford will be a 4th victory, is what he is looking for tonight. But as we were talking about, that gap down to the race lead starting to shrink between Bradley Wolford and Jonathan Lawrence. And indeed, Lawrence just turned his fastest lap once again. And is eating into that lead of the number 50 just a little bit. That last lap, is it going to be enough? In the last 8 laps or so, we'll have to see. Lawrence wide off the corner. Wolford electing to go a little bit lower in 3 and 4. We'll see the lap times. That time, and it favored the number 50 of Bradley Wolford that last trip around. It's going to take eating into that deficit just about every lap for Lawrence to be able to try and do something. Talk to these teams after these races, they work so hard trying to fine-tune these cars for different weather conditions. Again, it was June 9th the last time we were racing here. Bit of a hotter day but has since turned over to cloud cover, and this track cooling off just a little bit from what it was earlier. Very, very hot earlier today, mid-90s, and the track was baking in the open sun. Exactly been covered in sunshine though the last little while. Once again, fastest lap of the race turned by that number 66, but he's going to have to pick it up here just a little bit if he's going to try and chase Bradley Wolford down, as we are now 16 laps into this one. So just 4 laps to go for Lawrence to try and find something, and Bradley Wolford with the counter punch. He runs his fastest lap of the race. 19.926 opens up that gap to just over 1 second over the number 66 of Jonathan Lawrence. Can't forget about Brian Hatch either. As much as Lawrence made it by just a little bit earlier in the race, Brian Hatch is not allowed that number 66 to get away. So any slip up, any mistake made by that number 66, you bet Brian Hatch is going to try to pounce on that. Maybe Danielle Barber ways back. We're running in the 4th position right now. The clean race car to show for it so far. 2 laps to go for Bradley Wolford, and what would be his 4th win in 2023. If he were able to hold on here, he can take it easy. He should be able to, and hang on here. White flag in the air, and 1 more lap. The first race Meadows Memorial, and the gap to the lead has shrunk significantly. Wolford may be off the pace. Here comes Jonathan Lawrence down to the inside in the final corner. We have a race on our hands, folks, and Wolford goes around. Brian Hatch is going to go to the top side, and the 0-2 of Brian Hatch is going to win in a remarkable last lap turn of events. Brian Hatch wins. Bradley Wolford. There are hugs and there are tears down here in Victory Lane. As Brian Hatch wins, they want to let him go right here. Brian, I think the look on your face and on your crew says all. This win means so much to you.
Yes, it does. This win is for 2 very special people in my life. I lost my dad about 4 years ago, and I really wished he was here tonight to see this. I have won 2 other races, but I didn't get to see either one of them. And also, I had a good friend of mine that passed away from cancer this past weekend, and I want to dedicate this to both of them, James Rice and Richard Hatch. This is for you guys, because I think both of them was driving this car on that last lap. Because I sure wasn't. But I mean, I hate it for Bradley and Jonathan, but that's racing sometimes. I've been in that spot, and it is no fun. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Also, I want to thank the Meadows family for putting this race on. I didn't really know Kenneth personally, but I know who he was. He was a big supporter of this racetrack, and also a big supporter of racing in general. And I know she sorely misses him, because like I said, I lost my dad 4 years ago, and I know exactly how it feels. But, and I hate my wife missed this one tonight. She didn't get to come. But hopefully we can take the car back to the shop, do a little more tweaking on it, and get a couple more of these before the year's out.
Woo! Well, let's see if you can do it, Brian, again. Congratulations.
Thank you. I also like to thank my sponsors, First Source Rentals. If you need any kind of equipment, come on out and see us. We got everything from 2,000-pound excavators all the way up to 19,000, boom lifts, fork lifts, just about anything you can need. Just come on out and see us. We're on Chapel Hill Road, 608 Chapel Hill Road in Burlington.
All right, thank you, Brian. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Brian Hatch. Let's hear it once again for them, the winner tonight in the Xtremes. Unfortunately, the other end of it here is Bradley Wolford, who finishes in second. And Bradley, I'll just ask you off of turn number 2. Looks like things were going well for you. It looked like you had an issue with the car. Do you know what that issue was?
Yeah, it just ran out of gas and the 66 can't drive.
It hesitated a little bit.
Michael Blanchard,
He never
straight on our
lifted,
set.
got to us and run out a couple.
Yeah, he run all over.
Why are you gonna put it in my face?
It's okay, just talk to him. We'll just be back again.
I'll just be back again and wrecking.
All right, Bradley. Second place run for Bradley Wolford. Obviously, a lot of promotions going on here at the Speedway tonight.
That was, I don't even know. My car was a little slower than last race, which is a little disappointing, but hopefully we can get it back running to how it was. And I would like to thank all of my sponsors and my family.
All right, thank you, Danielle. Congratulations on third place tonight.
Thank you.